You know, just when you forget about that little kid Phil, he is right back. And it always seems like he comes back in a big way. And did you guys notice on the color page of this chapter that the Santa Claus figure was actually William Minerva? I mean, it was the imaginative figure of William Minerva, and his bag had the extra brief symbol on it. Now, that's not symbolism. I don't know what it is. It's like, at this point, I need to get the name of this mangaka and remember it, because they are on their way to greatness. He or she is on their way to greatness with this series, because it just engulfs me in more and more every week. I absolutely love this series, and so much can be read into that William Minerva figure being seen as Santa Claus, even though, you know, like the cover pages doesn't really mean anything. They just do it just cuz. But the fact that they had this character that was revealed to have him as Santa Claus for these kids is definitely showing that, or symbolizing, to me it feels like they're symbolizing that as he is a symbol of hope, or bringing hope to the kids, and that's what they wish for: escape. And what better way for kids to wish for hope than Santa Claus himself? I mean, wow, that is just mind-blowing in itself. Promised Neverland Chapter 18. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Infrar-Ed, and welcome to the Scout Report. So, Promised Neverland Chapter 18, we get the immediate fallout of Don and Gilda being trapped in that room with Mama, because they snuck in. They wasn't supposed to, but they just wanted to uncover the truth. And they were able to get out rather easy, and I just don't buy it. I really don't buy that they got out so cleanly. Mama had to have known, and we pointed this out last week, she had to know something was up, because if she needed a key for the door, then it should have been locked. So she should have known something was up then. At the very least, she should have looked around or something. I don't know what's going on. Maybe she's just smart enough to know that somebody was there and she doesn't care. I mean, I really want to get into Mama and know more about her as a character and peel back the layers, because it has to be a reason why she's keeping all these toys of everybody that got sent away. And I think it is a personal attachment to her. It might just still be that lingering light there that Mama's not as bad as we think she is. And apparently Phil was actually the kid that uncovered the code inside the book, and not Emma. I mean, honestly, when is Emma gonna start pulling her weight in this series? You know, I give her some credit for bossing up to Ray, you know, saying that you're not going to screw us over again. But really, what has she done at this point? I mean, even her biggest accomplishment to date, which was finding the code in a book, is now given to Phil. I mean, the little kid actually found it. He was looking through. She was like, yeah, we were just looking through the books together one day, and he found it. Like, hey, look at this. Can you decipher this as run? What? I mean, you can't forget that these kids are geniuses, but it definitely has to be more to Phil than meets the eye, because he has definitely figured out something really big, whether he knows it or not. It may have just been a game to him, but now he's figured out a very big piece to the puzzle that could either be their ultimate doom or their ultimate escape out of this orphanage. So with our main three going over their plan, as always, they realize that Don and Gilda are not there. They automatically assume or know that they've done exactly what they told them not to do by going into that storeroom. And Mama was able to find the key where a little kid, I believe his name was Eugene, actually came up to her and said, hey Mama, here's the key. And she kind of looked for her pockets for a while, like, I don't have a hole in my pocket, so how did this key come out? How did it fall? And she had to have known that that door was open or something. But you know what? I will give Gilda some props, because this key was strategically placed just in case something happened to cover up their tracks. Once they left the room, she dropped the key on the floor so somebody could find it and give it back to Mama. So again, I'll give her a clap for that. Gilda stepping up, and Gilda being the cooler head between Don and Gilda. And this was really a Don-focused chapter. I mean, he's understandably upset, and I can understand where he's coming from if I was in these shoes, even though as a reader, I look at the decisions he's making as brash and stupid, and Ray was ready to go in. Ray was like, you idiots, what are you doing? You're blowing the plan. But, you know, Norman was like, calm down, relax. Let's do this away from the kids, because we don't want to bring up more suspicion than probably is already going on. And when they go into the other room, Emma just decides to spill the beans. She decides to tell them everything, because it's always been in the back of Don's mind that they are being lied to, you know, about what's going on with Connie, what's going on with the kids and everything. And everything is finally exposed to him, and he was understandably upset. I mean, this guy started handing out punches when he found out about the demons and Connie and everybody being dead, because all this worst suspicions has come through. And it was just a momentary bit of anger. It kind of infuriating to see that as a reader, but you have to put yourself into his shoes and understand, especially the next bit that he went, because Don was actually hurt by this. Don was like, you know what? We are family. We are siblings here at this orphanage. And I know I'm not as smart as you three guys, but I would have thought that you guys would have thought more of us. I would have thought that even though you guys are trying to protect us, you would have gave us a little bit more credit and told us the truth. So he really was just hurt. And he actually started breaking down and crying in front of Gilda, saying, you know what? I want to be stronger. I want to help. I want to help us escape. So we get a good bit of development with Don now. He's coming over as a little bit of a better character to me after this chapter. But is his want to be more important going to end up being a bad thing or a good thing? Because I see that he wants to show his self-importance, or he wants to show his worth compared to the main three kids. And it may cause him to make another move that could be very costly or beneficial. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes with him now. Although I must say I don't entirely agree with them telling Don and Gilda about Ray being a spy. I think they should have kept that a little bit closer to their chest, because you never know when you can get an outburst. I mean, look how Don reacted overall. Even though it was out of anger and it was really like out of love, he still overreacted. And what if something happens to one of the kids? What if they get kidnapped, or somebody presses them for the information and then they don't have a choice? They're going to have to give up Ray's position, and that can blow everything out of proportion. I just don't think it was a good move to tell Don all this information about Ray being a spy. And Emma felt a little bit bad about the thing that Don said as well, because you have to think about that. And that's one of the things I love that they finally addressed about this series, is that these kids are in an orphanage. They're around each other 24/7, and they grow up together. So they do kind of see each other as family, as siblings. So she decided to go and try to apologize to Don, because, you know, you don't do your family like that. That's just not right. So we'll just have to see where it goes from here. Again, I'm beginning to worry about Don or Gilda. I just think one of these two are going to get snatched up, and they're either going to die or they're going to squeal. I just see that coming. I mean, Don went crazy, though. I have to touch on that again. He was actually about to sock Emma until he was stopped. But the worst thing about all of this is Sister Crone overheard it. She was looking, and she's seen the whole thing. Oh my goodness. I mean, now is the time for Mama to step up and show what side she's on. Either she's on the side of the kids, or she's going to take Sister Crone out. It has to be done at this point, because she has warned Sister Crone many times over, stay out of my business, stay in your place. So maybe Mama needs to take her out herself. Maybe the kids need to do something, but she is getting a little bit too dangerous to still be running around, and she's going to end up being a big factor in the downfall or the success in one of the two. So guys, another phenomenal chapter of the Promised Neverland. Definitely let me know what you thought of this chapter in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and drop it a like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not a shortage of content for you guys to indulge on this channel. And as I always say, you guys could be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that. So thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.